All right, this wheel is already pissing me off. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Praise Wheel is the name of this series, which I cannot fully agree with that name, but in this series, Matt from the Scale Builders Guild and myself are taking H10 optics and upgrading them every week with a task determined by the wheel. And the wheel is already just giving it to me. I did not have great luck with it the first time, and this time, even better. In the first week, we got a pretty easy task. I had to use parts that were in stock at my hobby shop, and that was easy. I went and got a bunch of airbrush paint, and I did a paint job. One of my first, we'll call it quality paint jobs. I was pretty excited. I used my new airbrush. Everything was just dandy. I was happy. The times were good. And now, this week, we spun again. Can you dig it? I'm going to spin once it hits that.
Does that mean we have to put dig on it?
That's the plan, yes.
Woo! Yeah. Yes. That's amazing. Whoa, all that work.
What?
This wheel is so brutal. What have we done to ourselves? Praise be to wheel. And the wheel saw that Josh had done good, and it was unhappy with that. All right. Hit me.
You ready? Here we go. Spinning. Yes. No.
What's that mean? I just put overdrive in?
Yeah, there's something overdrive related. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted dealer's choice, which was me. I get to choose for you then.
I was like, oh, dealer's choice. That sounds good. Praise be to wheel.
God,
that's great. I had actually planned to do that next week anyway.
So, as you can see by the spins, I got that I have to change clothes, which means I have to change the livery of the body, meaning this can't be like this anymore. Everything I did. It's fine. On the bright side, I'm going to take off these panels entirely rather than repaint them. And I'm going to put these panels on like my other optic up there. And I can be happy I'll keep my panels because there is that space on the wheel that says that we may have to change or swap vehicles, which I'm not super excited about. But now I don't have to risk losing my panels. That's fine. So we're going to change it up. We're going to come up with a new theme, which I've done, and I'm harnessing Burt Reynolds because maybe you don't know, but my first YouTube channel ever was called Burt Reynolds, which is a long story, and I don't want to explain it. But anyway, Burt Reynolds is my co-pilot today, and we're going to turn this into the Bandit. Sounds reasonable, right? I got some parts here from Cliff McCrawl. He's made a number of aluminum panel options for the optic, and we're going to dive in and use a bunch of these today. Because, I can get another set of panels, which I did get another hood and grill. We're going to change some stuff up there as well. But he's got these aluminum panels, which the nice thing about aluminum panels is they just make such a nice sound against the rocks when you're just beating the hell out of your car. So we're going to get these on there. Now we're not going to just put them on in aluminum. We're going to get that all matchy with what we're going for here. Now, he also sent a handful of other parts. We also got these rear inner fender filler type panels. They'll go back in here and kind of just change up that look a bunch, which that's super cool. So we're going to install those. I also have, I got two sets of some of these parts. We also have a roof skin. And I'm gonna take and I'm gonna modify this to go along with my Burt Reynolds themed plan. So I've got to get these parts prepped and ready for paint, but I also want to do that modification to this, so I can't get too far before I do that. And while we're at it and trying to make this a little bit more bandit style themed, I'm gonna go ahead this week and change the wheels out. Now, the bandit had kind of that mesh style wheel, which had some elements of gold and aluminum, or polished type faces. So I'm going to try and do something similar. I'm going to be using KMC Riots from Vanquish products in a gold face. I think that'll give me a little bit of that color, but instead of using the regular black beadlock ring that it comes with, I'm going to change that up as well. And we're going to use some of the Vanquish Skarn outer beadlock rings. And I'm going to use a Vanquish Black Omni IFR ring that goes on the inside. So that'll layer a number of colors. And we'll also have the center cap that those wheels use as well, just to continue with breaking up of the solid faces and colors to try and add a little bit of that visual interest, or a parody alongside of the actual car's styling. But if that makes any sense to you, if it doesn't, who cares? Let's dive in and get this thing changed up. And that's going to do it for this week's effort. I was very tight on time for this week as I'm traveling to Proline by the Fire and the NERSA show. So didn't end up having the entire weekend and multiple days during the week to work on it. I just had to get it done. But you know what? For my second paint job in 2 weeks, that's a record for me. All paint. Thank you very much. 2 colors of gold. One is titanium gold, one is gold metallic. And, I think it gets the look across. I think that the T-tops are a gigantic help in, furthering the inspiration of the classic Trans Am. And I think that there's more that we can do with this theme. I think that we do need to get some stuff on the doors. The aluminum panels from Cliff McCraw. Bolted up fantastic. I think they look good, and I think they're gonna sound great on the rocks once they're tinging along. Same, that roof panel, that was also one of his aluminum parts. And I left the aluminum filler panels in the rear section there in the natural aluminum color. I think it just gives a nice contrast. You know, I think that those are great little pieces. I'm happy that I got those in there. Pretty simple installation on those. I took the cage off. It made everything easier as I went. It's just like, what is it? 3 screws along each side to get that done. You remove the shocks front and rear, and then the 2 screws that go up through the motor plate in the front, and it's super easy to remove this cage. Just very little effort really in general, which is nice. You know, a nice bonus to have it be a simple thing to service while you're working on. But we're gonna continue on with this now that there is no more ability for me to have to change my livery. Like, you know, we got, but well, I guess I could have the undo what you did last week, which that would be interesting. Then I'd have to go to the previous livery. Who knows? The wheel is a fickle, there's lots of things I could say about the wheel, but for now I'll hold back. If you have ideas on what I could do to incorporate the Trans Am theme into the vehicle to continue it more, let me know in the comments below. I think I've got some ideas that I can do for the rear section to help. So that will be part of my focus in coming weeks. I feel like our driver needs some sort of cowboy hat. Who sat in the back? Like Sally Fields? Is that who was the that who rode with him in the I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. It is hard to tell with the paint inside, but when you get it outside in the sunlight, the pearl in the clear coat and the black metallic paint definitely has a nice sparkle to it. I think that's nice. And that is why I also repainted the grille and the entire hood rather than just putting the fire chicken on the stock black hood. I got it all prepped and sanded down and then everything painted at once so that it had the same finish and color throughout. The wheels, I think, are also a good fit to this. Like I said, these are the KMC Riots with the Skarn outer beadlock and a clear anodize, and then an IFR ring. That's that black inner ring that you see there. Just again, the black center cap, then gold, then black again, then the clear anodizing on the outside just breaks it all up and gives you a bunch to look at while you're sitting there. I do plan to keep the stock tires. The Yokohama MTs are a great tire. They perform really well. They're the red compound, so they're a great tire right out of the box. I didn't do any additional weight or any replacement foams. All I did was swap the stock tires onto the new wheels, and that was super easy and fast to do. This whole thing today took me like 2.5 hours or so. It's about all the time I had, and I used every minute of it, especially trying to weed out all those little tiny masks in that paint. Probably could have found a slightly easier version of this to make, but you know, we did what we could. Now you're seeing this video on Wednesday, unless you're a member, which then you get to see it a few days early, which is a great perk. If you're not a member yet and you're interested in supporting the channel a little bit more and you want to see videos early and some other additional videos as well. But if you're interested in that, there's a link in the description with some more information. However, the point of that is that this video next week going to be delayed a week because Matt and I are both traveling, not going to get a chance to get another spin in and get all of the work done in time to put out another video. So 1 week delay, then we'll be back for week 3 already. We're doing 8 weeks of this series. Or 8 videos, 8 episodes, depending on when, you know, things line up. So it does give me a little bit of extra time for the next episode. So if you have any of those wild ideas to incorporate, now's the time to let me know, because maybe I can get some work done ahead of time so that the next episode is even better. But that is going to do it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. And again, if you're interested in joining the channel membership, I appreciate all of the additional support. So with that, as always, thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.